Hey, welcome to my channel. You're watching Amrita's Space. So in today's journey, we are going to be visiting the most unique heritage villa museum which is situated in Manipal. It's just not one museum but 20 traditional houses which are put together in one place. So welcome to Hasta Shilpa Heritage Village, Manipal. With a ticket of 300 rupees, which might look on a higher end, but when you enter into the space, it is such a worthwhile experience with so many houses put together with so much attention to detail. So come with me as I explore these treasures. Okay, so now we are entering into the Kamal Mahal, which is said to be the royal household of 1300s, featuring an interlocking of 10-layered wooden assembly without any nut and bolts. Can you imagine that? So, this used to be a residential chamber for a pre-army commander of the Vijayanagara kingdom. Wow. And this place is designed with unique trellis windows to filter the sunlight that comes inside while keeping the entire premises cool and calm. And that's a master move, of course. The entire premises is carved to perfection and so much of attention to detail in one room is so fascinating. The woodworks you see around are more than 100 years old and you still see that precision, and these people have done a tremendously good work to keep the place at good sight. It takes you back to the 11th and 12th century, which is such a treat to watch, and in today's time these houses are absolute luxury. So that was all about Kamal Mahal, by the way. Now let's have a look at other heritage sites. The next heritage site which we are going to visit belongs to a priest from a Malnad region known as Shringeri House. The house was built in early 1800s, which is now preserved for public view. The style of the home is built in a classic courtyard style featuring a central open courtyard, which is known as Totti Mane, where there is ample space for ventilation, tulsi plant and natural light. Here you can see intricate wooden ceilings, engraved doorways and finely crafted ornamental brackets. The house originally belonged to the priest of Shringeri temple, was situated in Bharti street, which led directly to the shrine. So in the procession viewpoints, right, the balconies of the house were strategically positioned to let the residents and the priest view the sacred temple processions that passed by. This house also features the traditional elements like ceiling suspended wooden cradle, a storage loft and an entrance carving of Gajalakshmi. There was also a shop selling Goli soda, which is a famous traditional carbonated sweet and sour Indian drink known as Banta. It is distinct for coming in a glass bottle sealed with the glass marble instead of a cap. Further, you can also see a crockery section which is neatly arranged and lamps which are used during those times. Now, while watching these clippings, some of you might already have got a thought that how did all these heritage sites from different locations get positioned to this particular site here in Manipal? Speaking about the vision of Mr. Shenoi, who was the founder of this particular concept, traveled to the remote villages across Karnataka, including the Malnad region, coastal villages and Deccan districts, to rescue abandoned or doomed homes, shrines and architectural fragments from scrap dealers or owners selling them for a pittance. Now let's get going to another site which is known as Mudhol Palace. This place was called as Mudhol Rajwada, located in the Bagalkot district of Karnataka, and it is one of the historical ancestral seat of the royal Ghorpade dynasty. Another interesting fact is that the Ghorpade family traces its lineage back to the Sisodia Rajputs of Mewar, who migrated to the Deccan region in the 14th century under the Raja Sujan Singh rule. The design is built as a large, square-shaped ceremonial chamber supported by a traditional carved stone and wooden pillars on all the sides. It reflects the distinct blend of North Karnataka, Dharwad and the Maratha architectural styles. One must know that the legacy of the Ghorpades of the Mudhol is a testament to the enduring spirit of the Maratha heritage in the Deccan. Their history reflects the confluence of the valor, vision and the governance that contributed to the region's social, political and cultural tapestry. The Mudhol state, though its rulers not only navigated the challenges of its time, but also laid the foundation for the future generations to build upon, merging the valor of the past with a vision for the progressive future. These stone simple machineries were absolute treasure back then, as these were the way of life. Oh, look at this. There are some older traditional transport including the historical bullock carts and wooden cart carriages. Now, let's look into different houses which are available to view in this site. Time to get going. Now we are entering into a Mangalorean Christian home which was restored in the 19th century. Come, let's have a look. This house was built in the early 1800s which belonged to a Mangalorean Christian family. You can also see a Chevrolet Impala which is parked outside the house. This classic vintage car complements the 20th century's aesthetic of the relocated Portuguese influenced home. It lends almost 5.4 meters depending on the production year. This place has a distinct blend of a Roman Gothic inspiration and Portuguese influence. The front portico replacing the traditional seating areas, fluted terracotta columns and classic Mangalorean tiled roofing. Built on a plinth of almost 5 feet high with the thick walls made from a locally abundant laterite bricks. This house belongs to a family from Falnir who were actually coffee planters from Chikmagalur. There are few artifacts here which some of them were acquired from a church and some of them actually belongs to the house itself. So you can see the entire hallway and there is also a private altar which has been worshipped earlier. That blend of traditional coastal building methods with colonial era Western design is so beautiful to watch. Here is an Italian marble bed along with a cycle in the bedroom. Few other artistic idols of Jesus Christ along with a dining table which is kept for public view. And a display piece of Last Supper which comes out so gradient. Now, don't be surprised if you get lost in the aesthetics of the place. All I would say is you will fall in love with whatever is around. It gives you a tinge of refreshing feel just like a mint iced lemonade. With all that interesting facts, let's get going to the Deccan Nawab Mahal. Built in 1912, the royal residential structure originally is from Bidar, Karnataka. This structure belonged to the nobility connected to the buried Shahi Sultanate era in Bidar. You can see those glittering Austrian chandeliers and Belgian stained glass windows which are so eye-catchy. This mahal showcased the lavish international taste of the Deccan Nawabs through the imported European materials. These German floor tiles and British cast iron staircase leads to the upper women's quarters which is known as Zenana. The hallway which you can see is originally served as a venue for musical performances and royal gatherings, highlighting an appreciation for Carnatic music and arts, which is now beautifully restored by the Hasta Shilpa Museum. If you're planning to visit this place, ensure you come between Tuesday to Sunday. Remember that Mondays are off and you can visit from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I would recommend to visit this place before the noon for an hassle-free experience. The place is maintained very well. Along with the basic amenities, you'll have drinking waters in each and every nook and corner of the heritage sites and also washrooms for your convenience. If you're coming by bus, get down in Manipal and take a rig to the heritage site, or else private vehicle maps would work. It is situated not far away from the town, so it's pretty easy to reach. Now, that being said, let's get going to explore more artistic treasures of the place. These ornated stoneworks are rescued from different parts of Karnataka and preserved in the most renowned form. The tribal museum over here, which have different shapes and variations made up of wood and bronze which are inspired by nature. These are picked from Basta region Chhattisgarh, which is known as Dokra art, which dates back to 4,000-year-old Indus Valley civilization. The famous bronze dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro was carved using the same technique. While some sites are not available for visit, however, you can savor it from the outside, click photos and spend some time and you can get to the next site. Here is a Nagban which is worshipped almost in all southern parts of India, and massive articraft which ranges from 1,000 years old back. They represent traditional folk deities, guardian spirits and spiritual divine representation from historical worship practices. I can see few traditional wooden boards from far. Let's have a closer look. These wooden boards belong to the Hangar Bansale family who were prominent local traders. These vessels were essential for inland water transport. Here is a 200-year-old house-cum-warehouse which is originally built in 1800s in Hangarkatta, which is near Brahmawar in the Udupi district. This place was a regional hub to store and trade household goods, spices and minerals that transported via bullock carts in river vessels. Even now you can see those ancient weighing scales, stone weights, accounting rooms and storage spaces depicting coastal Karnataka's active 19th century river trade. If you know what tree is this, do let me know in the comments below. Now let's have a look at a 16th century Veerashaiva Jangama, a historical spiritual center designed for wandering Jangama monks of the Lingayat tradition. Served as a resting place, community hub and a school for traveling Jangama spiritual teachers who shared their social and religious ideals of Basavanna. It is said that there were 3 mutts which were put together into one consecrated mutt, which you can see around over here. These traditional woodwork, carved pillars and an open courtyard layout typical of medieval math architecture of Karnataka. You can see this magnificent doorway which is carved with so much of detailing, and the woodwork looks pretty old and royal. This structure was carefully relocated and restored as an exhibit space to showcase traditional regional craftsmanship. The entire furniture work is carved in jackwood, which is known for their longevity. Now let's look into this magnificent structure, the Kunjur Chowki Mani. Built in 1816, the house originally belonged to a Brahmin family who migrated to Kerala from Kunjur. The priest from this family moved to serve at a famous Ananta Padmanabha temple in Thiruvananthapuram. Inside the house, you can also see the chair used by the founder of Hasta Shilpa Heritage. This was the place where he often sat, observing and monitoring the work that was happening around the museum, making the house feel even more meaningful. Now we are getting into the Hall of Treasure. You can see a lot of paintwork here, stickers and sketches which are done in traditional arts. Few of the unique arts which are remotely found in India, which is all put together at one place. Now in this internet era, people have more accessibility to the artwork, as people can come from different parts of the country to exhibit their talent in one exhibition. But back then, it was just word by mouth and very few enthusiasts would know what was the actual value of art. The founder has done a commendable work by putting all these exhibits at one place, because of which we the youth are able to savor this in such a nice way. As we grew up, we might have forgotten certain customs or certain stuffs which actually remained in our home, but now when I visit this place, it is all nostalgic memories which come out so fresh in my mind. I, as a wandering soul, crave for such artistic places, and I can spend days, years, months, seconds or even minutes. And I'm really glad that I got to visit this place. It was such a splendid experience. If anyone of you know more places like this, then do mention in the comments below so that I can visit next time. So let's get going to eye capture a few of the unique stuffs which we might have seen growing up but we have forgotten. Come with me as we savor into the different parts of the house. The 2-bedroom house, one being the master bedroom, was also common during those times as well. And the doors you see here can be passed by only one person at a time. The almond-shaped pillar which is just in front of me is so eye-catchy that it makes me remind of an almond which is coated with chocolate. The color also suffices to the imagination, and I feel I'm craving for chocolate right now. There's another structure where we are getting into is in a form of a Totti Mane or a Kerala style house, where there is an open courtyard for tulsi plant so that they have enough ventilation and rainwater harvesting as well. The place is currently under maintenance, so you get very limited spots to view. Now, this is an iconic spot which you get to visit when you enter into the museum. It's a Harihara Mandir which belongs to the 13th century, made up of woodwork. The structure was found heavily damaged and buried under mud before it was being rescued by the museum founder. It was then relocated from Kushalnagara Madikeri to Manipal for preservance. Now, this is transplanted into an open-air heritage museum in Manipal. If you see carefully, you will have narratives derived from Shiva Purana and Vishnu Purana. Now, that's it about this place. I had a wonderful good 3 hours soaking in the energy of this place and getting to know more about history, I would make a visit again to access few other sites which are currently under construction. That being said, thanks a lot for watching my channel. If you resonate with me and you like my vlogs, do feel free to like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you up next time. Till then, take care. Bye.